Hey there. Today we want to go ahead and go over, we just got our books that we published. We got these ones here that we published last week. And so we got them in, ready to go. Already made a couple of sales on them, which is awesome. And today we're going to go ahead and demo how to be able to make ready to publish nonfiction books in 30 minutes or less so that you can stop paying ghostwriters hundreds of dollars for each. And so we're going to go ahead and show you how to just do a little bit of research and go ahead and create them easily with just a couple of sentences. I'm going to show you how to be able to make books automated with pictures and with content, 100-page books for 64 cents. Yesterday, I created 2 books and they were about $5.90 a piece on the automated system. And now you can make them for 64 cents a piece. High quality, in-depth, highly researched in a matter of minutes. Now, we went ahead and demoed last week on how to be able to create word searches instantly, up to 100 word searches all at once with the words and having it ready to publish in your book. And so we went ahead and did that with the demo, and we went ahead and created this book with the word searches. So we have our word searches in here that we created. And now we're going to go ahead and go through nonfiction books, which is pretty awesome. So let me just go ahead and show you really quick. First of all, we want to go ahead and do our research that we are going to do. That's going to only take a second. So most of you guys already have the extension app that we use for basic research. So we're going to go here and we're going to go ahead and look at the keyword we want to target. So this one we're going to create is how to make money online as a teen. Now, we're going to go ahead and take all the ones that are selling well here, and we're going to use our extension that we use. We'll have a link down below if you don't already have it with the KD Spy. And so it's going to go ahead and take the books that are selling there, and we are going to go ahead and get our insights. Now with the insights, it's going to go ahead and get our information for the market problems and questions. So we're going to go ahead and copy the prompt and go into the free ChatGPT. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take that prompt with the insights, and it's going to give us the questions, the problems, the fears, the frustrations, and the challenges of people who are actually reading books for this keyword. So we're going to go ahead and let ChatGPT do this. You can use this on the free ChatGPT 4.0, and we're going to go ahead and get these questions, insights, and all of that. So we'll just go ahead and copy that. This is the only research we need to do to go ahead and create our 10, 15 chapter book and have it done all automatically in the background. So, previously, a lot of us have paid hundreds of dollars to have ghostwriters write our books. We've got to be out, a couple of weeks, maybe a month for them to be able to write it. Now we can go ahead and have it written expertly in just a matter of minutes. So we're going to go ahead and take this information here. We're going to copy it right here for all the questions and the insights. We're going to copy that. That's all the information we need. And so that's the basic seller research that we need. And then we're going to go ahead and go into our friend, the Bookmasher. Now, right here, I do have that link down below so that you can get a discount on the Bookmasher. And with it, you can create the coloring books. You can create the word searches, which we did last week. It also creates recipe books. It creates done for you books, DIY books, stuff like that. It also does travel guides, and now they just released the nonfiction books, which we're going to go through right now. It's super simple and easy, and it's multitudes cheaper than the other app that we were using previously. It was like $200 a month. This one is substantially cheaper, and they even have a secret lifetime deal. So we'll go ahead and get into the secret lifetime deal. So you can see here all the stuff that it does. You could do $47 per month, and it does the nonfiction books, which they just released. It does the illustrated cookbooks, and it actually creates the pictures for your cookbook and the recipes for you. It does travel guides, coloring books, gardening books, word search books, and they're getting ready to add children's books. That's one of our favorites. They're going to add children's books, trivia books, crossword puzzles, and coffee table art books as well. So $47 a month. If you do it annually, it's $25 a month. But if you come all the way down here, you can go ahead and say, is there an LTD? It's only available for a limited time. So for only a couple months what you pay for the other one, you can actually get it as a lifetime deal. And if you go here, I'll actually give you a coupon, and you'll be able to enter the coupon that I give you down below. You can go ahead and enter it here. It will be Daniel10, because that's my name, Daniel. You click apply, and it'll actually give you $100 off if you get the LTD. So that is lifetime being able to do these automatically in the background, which is awesome. I'm about to show you the ones where you can do the nonfiction books, which is pretty amazing. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and we'll go ahead and look at it. So I'm going to show you a book I created, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to create, just a couple of steps. So we're going to go ahead and refresh this right here for what we have created. And like I said, it takes about 10-15 minutes in the background to go ahead and create this, and you're going to be set and ready to go. So to be able to look at what we've created, we're going to go preview. And so I did this one on how to make money with Pinterest. So it comes up with your title. It gives you an overview of everything that's going to be in your book. And then it actually writes your chapters. And it will also create your images for you in the background as well. So you'll have your chapter, and then you'll have 4 images that you can choose from what it's created. So you can choose based on the prompt from the text that was inside. It has created an image for you, and you choose what you want to do. And you'll see here, it's got a subchapter. It's got all of this information here. And then it goes to chapter 2. And if you look here, it has created all of this information here for us. A complete book with images and text. And let's see what we got here. This one here, I believe, is 11 chapters. So it's an 11 chapter book that was created for us in the background, and there's only a few things that we need to do. So let's go ahead and jump in there, and I'll show you exactly how to do this. Once we have found that we do like this book, and it's exactly what we like, we've selected the images that we want. So we select which images we want to go ahead and do. And once we've selected the images that we like, and we verified that the book is the way we like, we can go ahead and export this. Now, you can export it in a couple of ways, but what I suggest is you can actually export this in a docx, which is a Word file, or you can export it in Google Docs. And so then you can use that in BookBolt or any other app that we've done, where it automatically allows you to go ahead and get inside the line, so you don't have to do any kind of formatting at all. So if you want to go ahead and do docx, you can export it, and it'll export all the pictures and all that kind of stuff. You can export it in PDF form if you want. And with PDF form, you can go ahead and throw it right into BookBolt and do your cover and all that kind of stuff. So that is pretty awesome. You can also export it to Google Docs. So let's go ahead and go from scratch. Let me show you how to do it. Like I said, just a matter of minutes. It's pretty amazing. I've been testing this, and last week we tested the word searches, which was fun. We tested the word searches. And so now we're going to go ahead and go into this one as well. So let's go to a new one. We'll go ahead and start a new one. So what you do is when you log in, you just go to My Books. And when you get in My Books, we're going to go to DIY books. So this is what they have so far. They got cookbooks, travel guides, DIY books, which is the nonfiction books, coloring books, gardening books, word search puzzles, and then the next one is coming soon is crosswords. So we'll click on DIY books, and then we're just going to click add. Now this is super simple. So we're going to come up here to the title and name it what we want to name it. So let's see what we have. Okay, so this one is going to be How to Make Money as a Teen. And then we're going to select the GPT model that we want. I believe they're going to be adding other models in here as well as the GPT-4o Mini. So it's going to be a little bit less expensive. We say what language we want in. Now watch this. You can come in here and you can create books in several different languages so that you can go ahead and tap other markets, which is pretty amazing. We can go ahead and say what tone we want. It's got tons of tones, so it gives you the ability to go ahead and change this up. You could actually write several different books, all in different tones, so that you can try to corner the market on a specific niche. So write in different tones. This one here, we're going to be authoritative. And then you can also change the writing style. And so this one's going to be conversational. So you could change the tone and the style and have a completely different book and have 3 or 4 books on the same thing by different pen names, and they're all by you, and you could try to dominate the market with the same kind of content. And then you can also do the writing styles. Now, I really like this one here, the Emma Hayes. This one here is a very informational one, but has a little bit of a witty banter inside. But you can see the explanation of all the different author styles that they have in here. So you can click here, and it'll actually show you the authors, and it'll tell you what type of information they do. So Sarah Tasker is a tech sage. Emma Hayes is info smooth, but also uses humor. So you can go ahead and see what kind of writing styles they have here. But this is pretty awesome because it allows you to go ahead and change those up and create completely different books, which is great. Temperature, I like to do 0.5 to 0.7. And then we always want to avoid common AI words in the output. And this is going to help us stay away from AI detectors in the future, as well as have it be a little bit more readable and smooth. So right here in the book prompt, we're going to go ahead and put what we want it to be about, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the information that we got. So right here is the information that we got from that basic research that we did, right? So we have a little base prompt we added on top of the research we did. And I just said the book should be on, and then our main keyword that we want to go ahead and target. Make sure to take into account the main questions, desires, and fears of the reader, because that's the information that we pulled from our research. Show them how they can solve and overcome these problems with attainable solutions. And then we just have our research, and that's it. So we come down here, and we're going to go ahead. You can add other special instructions. And then right here, you are an expert at. So we're telling the AI what they're an expert at. What is our keyword? You are an expert at making money as a teenager. That's what they're an expert at. And how many pages do we want it to be? Do we want it to be 50 pages, 100 pages, 60 pages? What do we want? And then how knowledgeable do we want this to be? So I'm going to say 4 out of 5. So it's general knowledge and high detail. And then all we have to do is say make book active and update. Now what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and create everything in the background for us. So right now it's going to go ahead and give us the basic outline. And it's also going to go ahead and give us the title. And if we approve that, or we can edit some of the topics or whatever, and then it's going to start writing. Once we go ahead and input that in there, we can go ahead and click refresh and see if anything is going to be created. Now, while you're waiting for your content, you can always go to My Books and the type of book, and you will see the books that you have. And so the previous book that we created, it's currently doing our images. It's finishing up our images. And so it will go ahead and do one project for you at a time. So while this is cooking, then it will go ahead and get that finished. Once this is finished, then it moves on to the next project, and it will go ahead and start creating our book. And then once we approve the book, then we can go ahead and get it to start making. So once it does that, it will go ahead and generate our basis right here for the outline. And so we'll go ahead and click preview all to go ahead and look at the outline to make sure the outline is the way that we want it. So I went ahead and actually jumped out of here, and I'm doing how to make money online fast. And so we have the chapters here. This is going to be the table of contents. This one here is creating a 13 chapter book. And so what we can do is we could just go ahead and make sure that we like these. And if we like these, then we're ready to go, and I'll go to the next step. Now, if you didn't like these, you can actually come down here to click edit. And when you go edit, you can actually come in here and you can start editing all of the stuff that is in there. But we can go ahead and hit cancel if we like the way that it is. Once we like the outline, then we can go ahead and click OK to continue to resolve prompts. Are you sure you want to go ahead and resolve the prompts? And it's going to go ahead and create that information for you so that it will go ahead and start writing your book. Now it's going to go ahead and write the chapters. So we see that it has created all of our chapters, and it has created 105 items for us. It took about 10 minutes to get this output going, but that's pretty amazing being able to create this book in about 10 minutes with just a couple of inputs. Now, like I said, this is a little bit more in depth than another app that we went ahead and showed you guys previously, but the price on this is like 1/8 of the price, which is pretty amazing. And so what we can do is once it's created all of this, you see here it's got 11 pages of outputs. We go ahead and click preview all button. And so we can see the outline, and then we can see the chapters, and we can see all of the chapters that it created. Now, what I did notice is we did end up using the 4.0 mini from ChatGPT. And so around chapter 10, it got a little bit lost in its output. And so right here, it does chapter 10 for us. But what it does is right here, it gets stuck on creating a portfolio and finding clients. So you see here how it doubled up. So what we can do is when we find what we don't like, this one here actually created like 110 pages, which is pretty amazing. But if we find something that we don't like, we can come and we can go to the section where we want to edit it. So we can go ahead and edit the book for us, and we can go ahead and get into the whole section that we want to edit. And so if we go to chapter 10, we see here that we have chapter 10. This is one of the ones that we want to do. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next page. That it actually went ahead and did the create a portfolio and finding clients. It did it 3 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on these, and we can go ahead and delete them. So we can say delete selected row. Are you sure you want to delete that? And then it'll go ahead and delete that selected row for us. Now, what we can do, if we find a specific section that we want to go ahead and edit, we can go ahead and find that section, and we can go ahead and edit different pieces. So we can go ahead and select a section, and then we can click edit, and it will go ahead and bring that section up, and we can go ahead and edit any piece that we don't like inside of that section. So we can come in here and see if there's anything that we don't like, and we can go ahead and edit it. So a lot of times at the end, right here, it'll say in summary. So if you want to go ahead and get rid of that, you can go ahead and do that. You can go and see if there's any other pieces that you don't like. You can edit, type, you can add some things from ChatGPT if you want. And then when you're done with this, then you just say update. But what you want to make sure that you see is you see here how it has the paragraph and not paragraph, and then enters in between. You want to make sure that you keep those set up so that it has the proper output when you either output it into the PDF format or into the document, so you can put it into a Word document. So we'll just say update, and when we update it, then we are ready. So once we like all of the sections, then we can go ahead and generate our images. Now, with our images, we can either do the Bookmasher graphic engine, which can do Midjourney or some other ones here. If we want to do a little bit better, we can pay for some Stability AI ones, where they will do the Stable Diffusion Turbo, and you can either select 4 images or 1 images, and it will go ahead and do one for every single chapter. So in your chapters, you'll have an image for every chapter if you want to do that. Now, if you don't want to create images, then you can go ahead and export the book without images, but you can have it automatically create images for you in the style. And you see here on the right-hand side, it actually has prompts for all the images that it will create. And if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and take these prompts and manually go to like Midjourney or ChatGPT and have them created, but you can literally just pay a few cents for every single image and have it automatically create the images for you. Now, remember, when we see the images, we're able to select each image and find out which is the best out of the 4 that we like, and we can go ahead and have that set up. So now we'll just go ahead and select the pictures that we want to go ahead and create. And remember, there is a image prompt by every single one that it's going to create. And so right here, we have all of the images that we want to create. You can either select the Bookmasher graphic engine or the Stability AI. You can also do DALL-E 3 if you have that. And so I'm going to do the Stable Diffusion, and we're going to do Stable Diffusion Turbo for images. We're going to go ahead and add them to our media pack. If you don't already have a media pack for a specific genre, you can click what you want the media pack to be called and do Add Media Pack. And then we are going to go ahead and resolve all image prompts right here. So we're going to click this. And so right here, it's going to go ahead and create us 63 pictures for this book. And so we'll go ahead and let that create. That'll be about 5 to 10 minutes with that many. If you're only creating a few images, it'll be rather quick. And once that is done, we'll come back and look at those, and we will export our book, and we'll be ready to go. All right, so it's generated all of our images for us, and we can go ahead and go into Preview All and go ahead and check the ones that we have. And so you come down here and you see that we have our images here. Now we can go ahead and select and see which one we like the best. And so we find the one that we enjoy the best. And once we have the one that we like, then we can go ahead and select that and move on. And when we get out of the preview, it will go ahead and save the order on whichever image we choose. It will go ahead and save the one that we like. So you see here, it went ahead and produced some really good pictures for us for our book. And so we have our book and our images created, and you just go through and you select the ones that you want, and it is ready to go. So we'll go ahead and go up here to the top. And once we are done, we just go down to the bottom and we're going to go ahead and click Export Book. So if we like exactly how it is, we love it, it's amazing, we can go ahead and export it in PDF. Or we can go ahead and take it to DocX, which we can go ahead and load it into Microsoft Word, and we can have it run a grammar check, a spelling test check. I went ahead and did this on the last book. It took about 2 minutes to do just to verify that everything looked good and it was structurally complete. And then you can go ahead and add, of course, your affiliate links in there, your QR codes, your calls to action, all that kind of stuff. But right there, in about 10 to 20 minutes, you're able to have a full-fledged book with tons and tons of chapters, with tons and tons of images already created, and then we can go ahead and drop it inside of a Word document and upload it. If we want to go ahead and drop it inside of BookBolt and have our cover created, or if we know exactly how many pages it is, we could just create a cover inside of BookBolt and it's ready to go. But this one here is awesome. And like I said, you can go ahead and get it for a fraction of the price of that other app. This one does not produce the marketing materials and the blog posts and the social media posts and all that kind of stuff. But for the fraction of money that it takes to be able to get this one as opposed to the other app that we were using, this is a great, great option. And that it automatically creates your pictures inside of it is mind-blowing. And of course, when we look at it, we can see that if we want to create books, it does cookbooks, travel guides, DIY books. Now, this is what we're doing right here. This is the nonfiction book tab. It does coloring books. It does gardening books. It does word search puzzles. It's getting ready to do the crossword puzzles, and they're getting ready to launch the children's books, where we're automatically going to be able to create children's books, and it's all in one app, which is amazing. I love it. I wanted to share it with you guys. Hopefully you like it as